Hello folks and welcome. What is law? Before I go into the in-depth explanation of how laws are created from statutes, codes and regulations, I'll say this to you. Everybody knows in your negative state of condition that the only thing around is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. In other words, do no harm to others. This is a negative state of condition, of course, because it's got a lot of do's and don'ts, like the Ten Commandments, all negative in their state. Miller puts it beautifully. As a result, I encourage you to watch all of his videos. He is the best at what he does. So, how do you create a law? Well, let's imagine that you as a government want to bring in a particular legislation. Let's imagine now that you hire a movie company, a film company, and there you get crisis actors playing out, say, a terrorist attack. What does terror mean? It means Earth attacking you. So with these crisis actors, they will play out their victim roles, and when that is broadcast to the general public, a vast majority of people will believe what they just saw as nothing more than a rehearsal, will presume and assume it really took place. And as a result, questions now will be asked in the Senates and the various governments, and because of that, you will have proposals, what is known as white paper. And in that white paper, there will be nothing. That's what a white paper means. And that white paper will now have words on it because the general public has believed such a thing took place. Once you do that, you have codes. And then you get the general public to believe that these codes, which is a code which means it's written in code, as in if you don't have the cipher, then you don't know what the code is. Regulation means no gateway. So when you have these codes, regulations, legalities, and so on and so forth, the general public will walk and talk themselves into believing that it really happened. Once that happens, you have what is known as consent law. And consent is how you create a law. So anybody that plays these games, what they're doing is they're playing for consent. And that is the only way that you can create a law. It's by consent. And as part of the tricks and traps, if you convince somebody a terrorist attack really took place, then you have consent. And that becomes law. That is why you have codes, regulations, statutes, and so on and so forth, all mirroring words of law. Ladies and gentlemen, so next time you see these crisis actors, write a letter to the coroner's office. Tell them what language you're speaking in before you put any words on. Top left-hand corner is where you would declare what language you're speaking. And then ask them, did such a thing really take place? And were there any deaths and casualties? Don't let the deputy coroner write to you. Write it to the coroner, because the deputy coroner oversees rehearsals. Only the coroner can certify that it really took place. Ask your Senate. Ask your government. Let them qualify it. Let them provide evidence that such a horror really did take place. Within you folks, you have the ability to withdraw consent or accept it, as long as you live in this world where everything is attacking you, where there is scarcity, where there is war on drugs, war on communism, war against the Muslims, war against this, war against that. And if you believe the crisis acting that goes on in your world, you have just created laws that interfere with the rest of humanity at a detrimental level. I need you folks to move out of that mirroring. I need you folks to be critical. I need you folks to keep healthy and not fall into the world of the illusion, like a scene from A Portrait of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, openly letting you know how the world of hypnosis, lies, tricks and traps, white papers, all of them, how they work. If you liked what I have to say, subscribe. Make your comments. Other than that, thank you very much for listening to me, folks. Bye-bye now.